Mr. Schmidt, where have you been? It's in the middle of the day, and we're just now doing our videos.
It's not even the middle of the day.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Schmidt.
It's almost dinner time.
Oh, Mr. Schmidt.
I've been working in the yard.
Oh, yeah, I know. I had to do some errands too, so holy moly and macaroni.
But as Arnold says, you can have results or excuses, but not both.
Okay, well, you know what? We had things that we had to do, and now we're getting it done. And I had to talk to some kids this morning, too. Mm-hmm. They're so funny. Dakota! Anyway, so we're definitely reading for 20 minutes, preferably 30 minutes each day. We have our article, The Great Barrier Reef, which is a pretty cool article. Unfortunately, again, we can't share it with you, but Mr. Schmidt is super creative, and he found some awesome things that we can share with you. So you should be reading it aloud with your parent. Yeah. And then go online. It has 4
paragraphs.
Yeah, super short. Then go online and do some investigating of
it says go
the
online
Great Barrier Reef
to search maps and learn about the Great Barrier Reef habitat and its amazing wildlife.
Yeah, what things live there.
Okay, and so I wanted to find a couple things. I said, okay, we need to find a map. Mm-hmm. Well, the students are supposed to find a map, so let me see what I can find. And I know the article talks about how climate change is affecting the reef. Mm-hmm. And so I found NASA's website about the stress on the Great Barrier Reef. So if you want to check that out, here's the link. I'll put the link in the description of the video too, so you can click on it and just go to it. You don't even have to write all that down.
That is awesome, Mr. Schmidt, and I really like this
On
map
watch,
because it has
warning,
the
alert 1, alert 2, and I said,
like
look at these. These are
I like that, so we can see what we're looking at, and we know which areas are having a worse time. Yeah, and I wonder, I see in the southern part, it seems to be more so. Is it because it's so warm down there?
Well, it's interesting because Australia is below the equator, and so this is actually closer to colder water.
Very true.
But that, I don't know. I don't know why. I guess we'd have to read it and find out why that is.
There might be some warm air blowing that direction.
There's a lot of information on this website, though, so you guys can go to it and check it out. I just wanted to find out, and I'm sure you guys can find lots of other ones, too. Here's another one. This one is from Queensland.com, and that's Australia, Yeah. And there's this cool video, and it has really beautiful images, and it has...
Oh, yeah, it's very pretty.
It has Australian people, scientists, talking about what's happening to the reef and how tourism can help by calling attention to things, and actually tourists can notice things that scientists can't notice because there's tourists all over the place, and it's only it's like less than 6 minutes video. I really think you guys should watch it, and remember this link that's here will take you to that. And also there's a lot more information on this website. They have if you wanted to actually go to Australia, it talks about the marine life. Remember that said up there, talk about the marine life and the habitat. Well, you can research that on the same website.
Yeah, find out how they're being affected.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
so for your writing, create a story about the Great Barrier Reef. That video is definitely going to help out there because when you have some vivid colors and you can see the animal life that's living there and so forth, it's going to make it a lot easier to create a story.
Every time it showed me the sea turtle or sea tortoise, I just laughed so much because it's so cute.
Yeah, they are cute. Yeah.
I mean, and they show it really up close. You guys should check out the video.
Yeah, that would be
And
good.
then use some of those animals maybe to help you make a story.
Absolutely. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So
now we're going straight to math.
Yeah, we're going straight to math today because we didn't have any grammar or spelling.
Yeah.
And it's a really short day.
Yeah.
Okay, so for math, it says reteach lesson 11, divide unit fractions by whole numbers, use models or drawings to help you solve. Okay, problem solving. Show your thinking using words, pictures, or diagrams.
Okay.
So now what I want to do is I want to talk to my friend Daniel. So Daniel, you and I, we are two of the same. We just like to do our work and get it done. But unfortunately, we can't always do that. Sometimes we have to show models. And when we're showing models, sometimes it's a big difference between knowing what the answer is and how to get the answer and explaining or teaching it to somebody else. So I definitely needed to do a little practice with it because I could get the answer, but I thought, how am I going to explain this to kids? And so Mr. Schmidt and I, we looked at a YouTube video that was really kind of helpful because sometimes even a teacher, we know everything as to what we're supposed to teach, but sometimes the problem of teaching is how do you teach it that everyone's going to understand?
And I want to point out what made me confused was, okay, do they expect me to draw these apples? You know, am I supposed to draw something like that to model? Okay, so the answer is no. You don't have to do that. There's another way, and we're going to show you another way to do it.
Yeah.
So let me go to the shapes.
So
are we going to do number 5?
Yeah, let's do number 5. Sounds good.
Okay. Take that one off.
Okay, let's make that happen.
Shapes. Rectangle. We'll make a big rectangle because there's a lot of parts in this.
Okay.
Okay, and then, oops, let me shrink the rectangle because we went off the video. Okay. Okay, we're good?
We're good, Mr. Schmidt.
And now you're ready to draw.
I am ready. Okay. So I'm going to come up here and make sure that my ink's working. Okay, so I need this in 12 sections. And so, of course, the easiest thing for me to do is to break it in 2. So now I need 6 on each side. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double checking myself. Then I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so that's pretty cool. So now I'm back to my problem. It says I want 2 12s. Well, I have 12. Let me double count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. I'm good so far. So I want to come up here and I want to capture a highlighter. And I'm going to stick to this one because that just seems to be the one of the day. Okay, so I have 2. All right. Okay, so
2 12s.
Now I need to take that and I need to divide this into 5 sections because I'm going to divide this into 5s, okay? So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to get a different color, okay? And so I'm going to come up here and make sure my color's working, okay? So now what I want to do is I want to go, my lines are not perfect, but we're going to make it work. So that's 2. Three. Ooh, definitely have a rise there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I need one more. Okay, so now I have 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I want to come up here and I'm going to number my rows. So I have 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, and 5 rows. Okay? So, what I have here is, well, in each row, how many do I have that are shaded? I have 2. So that's my numerator. Now, what is my denominator? My denominator is how many boxes do I have all together? So the easiest way to do that, I'm going to do it on this side so it doesn't mess up with my numbers over there. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I'm in good shape. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just double checking myself. And so 5 times 12 is 60. Correct, Mr. Schmidt?
Absolutely correct.
Except for I'm a little bit outside of the line, so I'm going to put my 60 right there.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Yeah, even the 5 is off.
Okay.
They can't
so
see that either.
I'm going to say that this here, I have
5 rows times 12 columns.
rows. So down is 5, and across, ignore these up here, this doesn't count, is 12. And so 5 times 12 is going to, or 12 times 5 equals, and it's 60. Can get it down there. Okay? So my denominator is 60 because I have 60 boxes all together.
Yeah, and really,
well, in
this
each
looks
row,
like a spreadsheet,
yeah,
right?
it
does.
It does.
They look like cells in a spreadsheet.
And so then, in each row, because this is the thing that we have to remember, and I had to remember and get straight. I'm not counting each green. I'm talking about how many green do I have in a row. I have 2. So I have 2 in that row.
In each row. In each row, there's 2.
And there's 60 blocks or columns.
All together.
Not columns.
Cells.
Cells altogether. So 2, 6, I can break that down by 2s. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 60 30 times. So it is 1/30. Okay? Let's double check ourselves. We're going to come and do that up here. So
why don't you just do it right here?
Okay.
It's right in the center.
Okay, so now I have 2 12s.
So now she's doing it the traditional way of solving this, where you leave it, change it, change it.
So we're going to go ahead and put leave it, change it, change it. And I'm writing at an angle here. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to leave the first one alone. So I'm going to say 2 12s. And I'm going to change my sign. So I'm going to make it multiplication, because the opposite of division is multiplication. And this here is just 5. Well, that means 5 wholes. So it's 5/1. Okay, so I'm going to find the reciprocal of that. So I'm going to change it, which means simply I'm going to flip it. So it's 1/5. And then I say 2 times 1 is 2. 12 times 5 is 60. So I have 2 60s. Now, if you remember right, I have 2 in each of the rows, and I have 60 cells. So that worked out perfect. Now, 2 60s can be divided by 2 because we want to simplify. So it's going to equal 2 into 2 is 1, 2 into 60 is 30, and there we go. Okay?
So the final answer is
1/30. Okay. Should we do another one, Mr. Schmidt, or you think we're good?
I think that one was so complicated, and that's why we chose it, because I said, wow, 2 12s.
That's a big one.
Yeah. So let's do a simpler one, and that way they won't have to feel like they need to be afraid.
Yeah, let's do an easier one.
Let me just grab this stuff and erase.
Yeah.
You guys ready for me to erase? I'm erasing.
Erase!
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, gotta erase. Okay.
Except for that.
Now,
Yeah,
well,
fine. That's okay.
Let's do a simple one. How about 1/4 divided by 6?
Okay. So, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to... My denominator is 4, so I need something that I'm going to divide into 4. Okay. And how many am I interested in?
We're going to shade 1.
Okay. So let's try and get a different color. I'm not sure it's going to happen because, you know, this beast is kind of...
Wait. It's not going to happen because you got to make sure.
I know.
Click it.
Okay, now it turned pink. Okay, so... Okay, so we're interested in 1 of the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay? All right, so now what I want to do is now I need to divide that into how many? 6 pieces.
Okay, so do you think you'll be able to put all the lines in there?
I'm going to try.
Let me put the pen down for a second and let me see if I can stretch this out for you. Oh, come on. Okay, let me see if okay, let's pull that one up. I'm just stretching it out, guys, because if we left it skinny, it'd be hard to fit all the lines she needs in there. Then let me stretch this one.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Good job, Mr. Schmidt. Okay, so now let me check my color. Okay, so I do. So now what I want to do is, first of all, I'm going to break it into 6. So I'm going to take 1 and I'm going to go
Split it in half,
Split it in half. That's easy, cheesy, easy way. All right, so now I'm going to break this into 3 pieces. So that's 2 pieces. And that's 3 pieces. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing to the top. I'm going to say that's 2 pieces. And that should be 3 pieces. Okay, it's kind of got skinny right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I definitely have 6. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, because I have 6 rows. Well, how many are in each row? Only 1. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, how many?
Can I do something real quick? I'm sorry, baby. let me just. I just want to change the color of one of them.
Okay.
So we can show that we're only using one of them. So if we split the 1/4 into 6 parts, we just have this little piece here, right? Mm-hmm. There's one little piece, and go ahead. Now finish. But you're gonna have to change your pen.
Okay, so what I'm talking about is, so we had 6 rows, and how many across? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had 4 across. Okay, and so we're not interested in any of that. It's 4 across. So what is 6? 6 rows times 4 columns. 6 times 4 is 24. So my denominator is going to be 24. How many do I have shaded in each row? Well, only 1. And so it should be 1/24.
Yes.
Okay, let's double check our work. 1/4 divided by 6 equals, we are going to do the leave it, change it. And I know I don't have a lot of space.
You want me to scoot it over?
Yeah, go ahead. Scoot it over. That would be great.
Okay, let me just come down here and scoot it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Mr. Schmidt. So I'm going to say 1/4, and I'm going to change that to multiplication. And we all know that 6 wholes just means 6 over 1. 6 whole fractions. There are 6.
6 divided by 1 is 6.
Yeah. And so I need to find the reciprocal of that. So that simply means I'm going to flip it. So I'm going to say 1/6. And 1 times 1 is 1. And 4 times 6 is 24. Which is the same thing as what I had over here.
Cool.
All right. So it is pretty easy. The thing of it is, I want to remind you, the thing that I had to remember, review, what I'm doing is, it's a good idea to count how many rows you have. And remember, if I had 2 in here, I would be looking for 2 of 24. But in this case, I only have 1 of the cells or 1 column shaded. Okay? Yeah. So it's only 1. Okay? Yeah. All right.
So are we good? You want to go down to the problem?
Let's go to the problem.
Okay. And you know what? If you guys need help, if any of you still need help on this, that's okay. You can send us a message on Dodo. You want to do another one?
No, we're going to do another one because this is kind of a tough concept for kiddos to try and do on their own.
I just know that, and there's all the time there's kids who don't raise their hand because they don't want to get embarrassed. But let's maybe, can I do one?
You certainly can, Mr. Schmidt.
So I'm going to choose to do, let me see. How about the very first one? Because I want you guys to see that it's not that hard. The reason I'm choosing the first one is because it only has thirds divided by 3. So my groups will be pretty small. Okay, and maybe that'll, just in case people are uncomfortable, I want to show you that it's really not that scary. Okay, so we'll start with 2/3. First, I'm going to make a model to show 2/3. Sorry for my messed up triangle, or messed up rectangle. It's extended and distended. Okay, so I need to highlight my 2/3. Okay, so let's see. I think I'll use this one.
Pretty color. Good choice, Mr. Schmidt.
Okay, so I need 2/3. That means I need to shade in 2 of these.
Like it already.
And another one. Right? You guys got it so far, right? You're good with this.
Yeah, so you've shaded in 2 of the 3.
So that's my 2/3.
Okay, so you did
right?
that. Okay.
Now I have to divide it into 3 pieces. So I'm going to use a marker again, okay? And let's draw 1 line, 2 lines so that I can make 1, 2, 3 pieces. Now, how many are going to be in each row? Well, first let's count the rows. 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. And I want to know what's going to happen if I take this 2/3, this whole amount, and split it into 3 parts. And how much would be in each part? That's what I need to know over here, right? What's my quotient? Okay, so I'm going to change my highlighter. I'm going to make a new highlighter. And let me see. Ooh, I can choose dark blue. I'll choose dark blue. Okay. And let's shade in one of the rows. Okay, well, how many rectangles are shaded in dark blue now?
2.
It looks like 2 of them to me. So that, oh, it's still on a highlighter.
Oh my goodness,
I know.
Mr. Schmidt.
2, okay. And then I need to know, well, how many pieces are there all together? So I can find my denominator. Well,
Looks like 3 times 3, Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah, but I'm just going to count them because there's not that many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 parts. Okay, so I have 2/9, right? I have these 2 out of 9. And what Mrs. Schmidt would do is check it. So let's check it. Let's say 2. Oh, I want to just separate that. Okay, so I have 2/3 divided by 3. That was our original problem. And we're going to check to see if we get the same answer. Let's see if we do. Okay, first of all, she says leave it, change it, change it. So let's leave the 2/3. That's going to be 2/3. We leave that one the same. We change the division sign, so that's going to be multiplication. Now the inverse operation. And this original 3 is actually 3/1, right?
3 wholes.
I need to flip it now because I need to change it. That's what I need to change. So I will flip it to be 1/3. And you guys know how to do this. It's 2 times 1. That's the numerator. So that's 2 over 3 times 3. Because when we multiply fractions, we do multiply the denominator. And that will be 9. Does that match what we thought our answer would be? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. 2
Awesome.
9ths and 2 9ths.
Awesome.
Awesome. Mr. Schmidt, I think we should still do one more problem.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Because I just want them to see a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
So one more.
All right. Well,
You guys are getting lucky today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys can just pause the video and get all these answers. Okay.
Yeah.
But don't forget, you have to show your work.
Yeah, so you might as
draw the
well
model.
do it. Might as well do it.
Okay. So which one
So
do you want to
we're
do?
going to do number 7, 5/9, because I
7.
don't want them to say, oh my gosh, okay, that was easy, but I still can't do those big ones.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to try 5/9.
We're not going to try 5/9.
Well, yeah, we are.
We're going to do
it.
5/9. Now, can I help you do something real quick? I just want to get rid of these 2 lines that you guys see there. So I'm going to see if I can. Let me see. Let me get this tool, and we're going to say new. And I'm just going to copy a white background, okay? And then I'm going to say, okay, let's paste it in. Oh, my goodness. Okay. And pull it up. Whoa. No. Okay, let me see where they go. There it is. Oh, wow. It made it really big. Okay, let's shrink it. I'm just trying to give you more room to work your problem.
Looking good, Mr. Schmidt.
Okay. So I wanted those 2 lines to go away.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, so I am going to come up here and I'm going to get a shape here.
Okay.
So I am going to get a rectangle. Okay. Whoops.
Want me to help you do it?
No, I got it.
All right. I don't know if it's
Okay.
easy to do with the pen. That's all. But okay, yeah, just keep it down. Keep it down. And don't forget to pull it down so you can, yeah.
Okay, I want to make it big enough that I can use it. Okay. All right, so that's fair. Okay, so I need to divide this into 9 sections. Okay, so for me, I know
Mrs.
that
Schmidt?
yes,
I'm thinking if you have to divide that into 10, you're not going to have enough room. So may I stretch it out for you?
you may.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to stretch it out because we need a lot of room for this. And
Very
that's why she
true.
wanted to do this for you guys because...
Yeah,
Whoa.
I definitely want
And let's pull it
you guys
down.
to be able to see it.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't want you to feel afraid of those bigger ones. Okay. So what I want to do is I need to break it into 9. So we all know that the easiest thing to do would be to do 3 sections of 3. So that way we're not getting all crazy at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go right there and right there. Okay, and I really want to make my lines a little bit deeper here so I can see
And you know
where
what
they
I'm
are.
noticing?
What's that?
That there's no way they can make these models on this paper.
No,
you guys
they're
would
gonna
need
have to
an
use-
extra piece of notebook paper or something.
And I do apologize to that. I spoke to a parent about that the other day. It is sad. But
Well, it's okay.
Please keep in mind that
Yeah.
we left school in a big hurry, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so we were just doing our best to get you guys out safely before there was any issues on campus.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do have hopefully 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm interested in shading 5 of them. Okay, so I'm going to come back up and I'm going to get a highlighter. And, ooh, which one do I like? Oh, you know what? Yellow's always abused. Okay.
Abused?
So, it never gets to get used. So, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go.
In real life, they give you more yellows than
I
anything.
know, because, yeah. But nobody
And
ever...
that's okay, because I like yellow.
I do too, but a lot of people don't, because it gets...
Ice their colors, right, guys?
Yeah. We get so many yellows, everybody wants a different color, and so in that case, it ends up being neglected because nobody wants to use it. Okay. All right.
So, Mrs. Schmidt, why are you highlighting all those?
Well, because we are
Because you needed how
highlighting
many?
5
5
of them.
nights.
5
Yeah.
of the 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the 9s. But then here, we're dividing it by 10. Whew.
Okay.
You know what I'm going to do? We are definitely going to do that. But I want to do this here because it would make it easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I just want to remember that I have 9 columns.
Yeah.
Okay? So now I need to make 10 rows. So first thing I'm going to do is go right down the middle. And then I need 5 on each side. Okay, so now I have 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and then I'm going to say I have 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so now I'm going to double check and make sure I have 10.
That looks
1,
crazy,
2,
right, guys?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a 6, guys. 8, 9, and 10. So I did this here because I have 9 columns, 10 rows. 9 times 10 is 90. Okay, so I'm going to put that 90 right here. Hopefully I have enough space for you to see it.
You can scoot it up a little.
Okay.
There you go.
And
Oh, wait.
I have,
Let
well,
me-
that's okay.
No, because your headers went away. Let me see. There we go.
Okay.
I just want
All
you
right,
to be
so
able
that's
to see
fine.
that.
So I have 90 cells all together. Well, how many cells are shaded in each row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in a row. So it's 5/90ths. Now, I want to know, guys, can I simplify 5/90ths?
Definitely. If it ends with 0 or 5,
0
you can
or 5, you
divide
can
it by 5.
divide it by 5. So how many times does 5 go into 5? 5 goes into 5 one time. 5 goes into 90. I'm thinking 18, don't you?
Sounds good.
Let's
That'd be
double
50
check.
plus 40 is 18,
Yeah. I'm thinking goes in there.
It is.
1. Well, you know what? I
Because
like
5
to
times
check.
10 is 50,
Yeah.
and 5 times 8 is 40,
Yeah,
and 50 plus 40 is 90.
It's 18. Okay, so my answer should be 1/18. All right? So if I come up and I do the work, 5/9 divided by 10, I'm going to leave it, change it. So I'm going to say 5/9 times, that's 10 over 1, so 1/10, okay? So that is going to be 5/90ths. That's what we ended up with there, right? And then we know that we can simplify that down to 1/18. And we are in good shape there, Mr. Schmidt.
Awesome. I was just helping our little girl, Maggie.
Are we ready to do the problem solving and
Yeah,
call
we
this a
better
day?
hurry up
Yeah.
because otherwise we're going to have no time left.
Yeah, I think this is easy, but we needed to spend some time on that one.
Resume.
All right, so now we are at our problem solving. Miss Hussein is wrapping.
Hold on. Ms. Hussein
I am so sorry.
is wrapping presents. She has 2 yards of ribbon to use for 3 presents. How many yards of ribbon can she use for each present? Show with numbers, words, and a picture or diagram.
Okay, so I'm going to come up here and I'm going to snag some shapes. Okay, so I'm going to go, first of all, and I'm going to say there's 1 ribbon. And
1 yard of ribbon.
Yes. And there I'm going to get a second one. Hopefully it's about the same size. If it's not, shoot me later, guys. Okay, so. Yeah. Okay. All right, so now I have two 1 yards of ribbon. And I'm going to, and I need it for 3 presents, so I'm going to divide them into 3 pieces. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to get myself a different color because I'm going to go across them. Okay. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go like this here. Okay. So now we know each one of them represents 1/3, correct? 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. Okay, well, this is going to be present 1, present 2, and present 3. Well, how much does each present get?
They get 1/3 plus 1/3.
Mm-hmm. So 1/3 plus 1/3 equals?
2/3.
2/3. Alright, don't make fun of my gifts. I might get you one. Alright. It's about as good as my ribbon gets. Okay, so each present is going to get 1/3 plus 1/3. They're going to get 2/3 of a yard of ribbon.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that look good, Mr. Schmidt?
Yeah, they said, how many yards will they get? Well, they don't actually get a whole yard for each present.
They get 2/3 of a yard. All right, guys, I think we're done.
I think we are. Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yes, it is. And we'll have some more. And we'll definitely take care of business earlier. All right, no problems.
All right.
All right, guys. Have a good evening.
Have a good evening, guys. Have a good dinner, delicious dinner, and be safe.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.